want you to give a huge hand, internationally renowned mariachi educator and performer, Maestro José Hernandez.
Sí. Buenos días. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here with us in FESTIBA. Wow, it's, you don't know what an honor it is for me to be here and to be able to share a little bit of my experiences with mariachi music. I want to thank Dr. Guerra. Thank you so much. Pancho, muchas gracias. ¿Qué les puedo decir? No hay mucho que decir, mira. Esto dice todo, ¿verdad? Y estos chavos aquí bien talentosos. You know, it's such an honor, truly an honor to be here and see and Trader, I was telling Dr. Guerra how I'm like in awe because I see your teachers, you know, and I remember them when they were like in high school. Like, ¿cómo se pasa el tiempo tan rápido? Ellos ya son todos unos grandes maestros y yo más viejito, pero aquí estoy y sigo con mucho gusto y con mucho orgullo de poder compartir la música mexicana con todos ustedes. Y también un aplauso que quiero que me le den, por favor, a los músicos aquí en la orquesta. Thank you. Bueno, si estoy en Texas, ¿verdad? Estoy hablando inglés y luego español. Las dos, y entienden muy bien, ¿verdad? Right? That's right, that's good. Thank you so much. Sí, a ver. The art of violin bowings in the style of mariachi. It's something that's very dear to me because as an arranger, after I turned 20, around 20 years old, 21, when I started sewing, I was 21 years old, and my father and my brothers, they were part of the group. Es más, the name of the group wasn't even Mariachi Sol de Mexico, it was Mariachi Los Hernandez. That was, we just got together, 7 of us, my father and 5 of his sons, 6 of us, plus another 4 musicians to play together. Y Los Hernandez, I didn't care about the name of the group, I just wanted to play together and I wanted to go to music school. And about 3 months after that, that's when we received the name, Mariachi Sol de Mexico, from a promoter friend of ours and a longtime family friend. We loved the name and we stayed with the name. Ya después todos dijeron, pues vamos a dejarlo así, y tú como director y como dueño del grupo, pues yo contentísimo. But through the years, you know, I've come across a lot of string players, a lot of violin players, and pues los violin players son un poquito más delicados que los otros músicos en la orquesta y también en el mariachi a veces un poquito más delicados porque es más estudio. En cuestión de técnica, es difícil tocar el violín. And I had a musician, I remember, we were accompanying Cuco Sánchez, that was one of our first gigs, Cuco Sánchez in Disneyland, un festival latino, that's what they call it, Latin Festival, estaba Lola Beltrán, estaba Cuco Sánchez, nosotros con Cuco Sánchez. And I told the guys, muchachos, vamos a estudiar un poquito lo de Cuco Sánchez, a ponernos de acuerdo con los violines. And one of the members of the group, who wasn't in my family, said, pues, ¿por qué vamos a estudiar contigo si tú ni tocas el violín? You don't even play the violin, why should we practice it with? And I said, no, pues tú estudias, you don't have to practice it. Here, I'm 21, right, so everybody's like 35, and everybody's so much older than me. I go, no, you don't have to practice with us, you can sit over there, you're really good, you're too good for us. Why don't you sit over there and we'll practice? And I turned around and I told my dad, este día no viene mañana a trabajar, me voy a correr. My dad, lo que tú digas, okay. So I fired my first member of the mariachi that night porque no quería estudiar. And then I told my dad, I'll be at your house on Monday morning to take my first violin class. Because it really hurt me that he told me I didn't understand violin. So that's when I started going with my dad, and I've always sort of played. And my dad era sonero, mi papá le encantaban los sones. You know, so there I go, mira, mariachi es primera y tercera posición. How many violin players do we have here? Okay. He goes, mariachi, and the mariachi style is first and third position. He's talking about the traditional style. That's usually what all the mariachis use, first and third position. I go, well, teach me how to shift, the positions. Oh, aquí, empieza aquí. So I learned right away, and then, a ver, los mordentes, the grace notes, a ver, the slides. It wasn't difficult for me to learn because I've been hearing it all my life, right? So here I get the chance now to talk about how we approach violin bowings in mariachi, with the mariachi ensemble. Now, I was explaining to the guys that every mariachi sings in their own way, especially the top mariachis. You're not going to say that if you hear like Alejandro Sanz and you hear other pop singers, I mean, they all sing in different styles, and mariachi casi es igual también. So usually the director, the way he approaches the bowings of his group is the way he hears it, musically in his head, or the way he sings, right? For me, it goes a little bit more deeper because I always try to remember my dad, stuff, how he played, right? So we can keep that kind of style of playing. And I want to explain to you, for instance, a son. Many people think, okay, it's a syncopation, we're going to start up bow. And usually in the mariachi, it has to be either up bow or down bow. And most of the cases, it's down bow when you start a song, even if it's syncopated, right? That's what we try to do because we want to be as aggressive as possible, and we're basically competing with the trumpet, which is much louder, right? So six mariachi violins will sound just as strong as 24 orchestral, classical violins, believe it or not, but that's pretty much the truth because we dig in more when we play. Why don't we play that song first? If I say da-da-da-da-da-da in G. No hay música, right? So I'm approaching it like if it were a rehearsal, right? So. Make sure that you don't stop the bow. Always connected and a lot of bow. Try it. You hear the sound of the three violins? The difference of it? Play it the way that you usually play it. You notice? Play it the other way. Connected. It's like more lyrical, right? So you como que están cantando más, as opposed to the other way. So that's how how we approach the bow with the violin, the style, right? Porque están cantando, right? And I'm playing short, right? So do the like ba 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 ba. Yeah. Good. Da 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 da. Good. So you're slurring it. So you can come down the 16th notes, right? One more time. Good. Segunda, in thirds. No, that's backwards. That's backwards. One more time. No. Da, 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 da. Together. 1, 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. So you hear that? The slurs are there, so we could end with the 16 notes, right? So I'm going to give you another version, right? Because they sound good and it feels good to play it. But if I tell them, you know what? It feels sort of weird because it's syncopated, right? But it's down low. But it's more aggressive. So if I'm going to play with you guys, because I feel that stylistically the trumpet might do that. So I think it would be good that all of us do it, right? Try it. Un, dos. Eso. So, la armonía. Okay? We're messing around to make the introduction more fun to play and stylistically for it to sound even nicer, right? Right? One more time. 1, 2. With D, okay? All right? Now, el manico, eh? Play one more time. Now, I'm reacting to the melody, okay? To those violins, right? And I'm making sure that I'm not gonna do something rhythmically that's gonna clash and it's gonna sound muddy. One more time. So the first time I want you to play the bass line, simple, the way you played it originally. The second time, play it like this, okay? So, 1, 2, 3. No scale. Play it simple the way you were playing it originally. Dun, 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 dun. Exactamente. ¿Ah? 1, 2, 3. Down, run, dun, 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 dun. Okay? Dun, dun, dun. Do that part. 1, 2, dun, dun, dun. So it's like a big train, right? Le da el gusto, ¿no? And now, the second time we're going to do that. So now, the first time we're going to do the scale. Sol, do, re, pam, pam. Okay? You see how it's sort of coming alive? It's like, it's a little more fun to play than the other standard. Okay, the standard song is, it's fun, it's traditional, it's nice. But here, now we're beginning to express the feeling of the song, you know? And that's why each mariachi approaches interpretation differently, right? It's so open to your taste, right? This is what I like, you know, because I like, me gusta la vihuela. I mean, half of Soul's records I play vihuela. The first of our 8 albums, I'm the vihuela player, right? So I love the rhythm section, right? So let's go ahead and play it one more time. Remember to hit the scales first, and then 1, 2, 3. So, I promised myself that I would use a microphone, and I think I should, because usually when I do these things, and by the time we do the show, I'm hurt. But now I'm going to add the trumpet to it, okay? Even, I mean, just as a string ensemble, it sounds really good. Pero I con la trompeta. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play, I'm always, estoy solo, right? So I'm always going to seek playing in harmony with the top violin. So sometimes I'll change. You know, when you go up to, si, do, re, re, do, re, re. That's when I'm going to switch, right? Yeah? Aggressive, right? Sometimes a trumpet may slur. So it just depends how the trumpet is playing solo, right? How he's going to feel. One more time. So that's basically how solos are constructed, how they're put together, and I mean, it's in real time, you know, when you're just making it up, it's something that we just made up right now, you know, so it happens fast, you know, it doesn't take a long time, but the adjustment of the bowings, the mariachi bowings, you know, for the violins is so important. Let's go to another style of mariachi violin playing and bowings. La Botella Envenenada, La Botella Envenenada is a song that they wrote for my brother Pedro in, I think, 1967 or something like that. He recorded this song. But, have you heard that introduction before? Some of you guys maybe have heard it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away that swing. Da, 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 da. We're taking away that swing. Because in the mariachi, we don't really, this type of music doesn't have that kind of swing, you know, the rolled eighth kind of thing. So we're starting up bow, which is good. Why? Because it's more of a romantic song. And it's good, right? It doesn't have to be so aggressive, right? So, that part would be. So you're going to slur. Connected, the straight eights. Back phrase at the end, right? Right? Right there. Go. And yeah, and make sure you don't do that note at the end. Just bonito, parejito. You don't have to do any swells or anything like that. Do that as that second part. Make sure you hit that last note solid, okay? All right, one more time. I'll try it like this. So, segunda tono. Right? So by changing the bow at the end, taking that slur out, it lets us interpret and back phrase a lot easier, right? So a lot of times we do that too. Ahora con la trompeta, right? Right? So it's, luego te da, yeah. Now, I'm gonna ask them to play it the way they were playing it, with the swing, okay? No slurs, the way you were playing it. Originally they were playing it like that. You hear the difference now with the slurs and the back phrasing and the slides and everything. Huh? You hear the difference? It's like if they're singing, como si están cantando, because we added the slurs, because we added the back phrasing, and we added the slides. El solo, the reason for the slides, it's like if the violin is crying. You know, why are you crying? But it's like if the violin is crying. I mean, that's what we're trying to express. You know, and a lot of that really came from Ruben Fuentes. That's his, in a way, a creation of his for the violins when they played boleros and they played stuff like that. And obviously, he got it from hearing his dad, who was a classical violin player, right? So he really liked those little portamentos, you know, but they shortened them just to express a little bit more, the mariachi violines and mariachi rap. One more time, the introduction. So where he starts, everybody's both where he started, I want everybody to start the same. Same bow. Muy bien, esa es la ranchera, we call it ranchera romántica, right? So like, for many years, the arrangers in Mexico, they would always put the style of the song. And I'm telling you because I've seen it so many times when I was growing up. Even with my brothers, que en ese tiempo estuvieron con el Vargas from 1964 to 66, and then again from 1969 to 71. So the way that they would arrange then, how they named the songs, it was very simple. Like this was considered a ranchera romántica. Ranchera romántica we knew was in 4/4. And the 3/4 ranchera, una ranchera in 3/4. Pero romántica, we knew that it was going to be acá entre nos, slow, eran románticas, la ranchera. So let's go ahead and do one more song, ¿no? Una más agresiva en 3/4. La. Esa es bien José Alfredo. It's funny, but they're bowing it the way Cipriano sort of played it the first time through. That's the way he's expressing it, but the violins aren't. The violins are straight. There, yes. But it's not so choppy. Try it one more time. Connect it. At the end, add okay, sí, está bien. One more time. One. Sí. So when we do duan, come in with the gliss. When you're going to go to that G in la ranchera, go at it with a slide. Good. Now we're going to change the third violin part. Bum, 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 bum. Go to the tonic. Bum, 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 re, la. Eso. And then instead of repeating the A, G, eso with the G, A. Gliss. It's Lydian with a G sharp. To make sure that we know what's going on. When you guys stay. We don't do the 5 chord to go to tercera de tono, because when we do that 5 chord, we're going to turn it into, into that the natural, right? We're going to say the bass will go to it, but we don't go to tercera tono. Ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? Ba 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 ba. Both ways. points are valid, you know, but we do it Lydian. I don't know how it is on the record, but I don't care how it's on the record. It's what I like, right? And as long as musically it's correct, it's taste. It's a matter of taste, right? Because I could tell you that if El Solomillo, Gustavo Santiago, wrote the arrangement, he'd probably do it Lydian or the other way. Jesus, con Jesus Rodriguez, we do it one way. Everybody, it's what you like, right? As long as you know what you're doing and you understand that it's correct, right? And you notice I went, I'm singing, so I'm changing the rhythmic pattern of what I'm singing because I'm expressing, they're still playing straight. And that's the beauty of it. It's like an organized, you know, this organization of the style. But that's what keeps it very, very, you know, very traditional sounding. It's not all dun, ta, 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 ta. You know, it sounds like a computer playing it. You know what I mean? Huh? The last note I could have played it, but I decided to go like if I'm singing the note. It's only one note, but I'm trying to give it expression, right? So you as a violin player, you're noticing that I'm doing that, right? And you'll probably say, "Wait, that doesn't sound too good," or "That sounds pretty nice." And that's the idea for us to make it fun for us. Que tocamos bonito, ¿me entiendes? As opposed to, well, it's a fun song, it got a fun part, you know. It's more than that, it's all feel, you know. One more time. How are we on time? Are we okay? Okay? Yeah? Muy bien, muy bien. So, otra cancioncita, ¿no? Something that you guys play. Okay, if you want. Okay, el relámpago. So, I'm going to ask the violinists that when they bow, that they're thinking about the manico that I'm playing. So we could play the eighth notes pretty much tightly together. Yeah? Right? But respecting his voice. Is he felt the manico change, but you didn't feel it fighting. It's just like, oh, it's different, right? That's when you react to violin bowings. It's so free, you know. It's so awesome because you're getting out of that. Oh, I got to do it this way. Yeah, there's many ways of doing it, of expressing the rhythm section, because you are, as a group, you're expressing. That's what made it so much more interesting to listen to the groups. You know, in the 50s, you hear que el Mariachi México de Pepe Villa, Vargas, Mariachi Perla de Occidente, de José Chávez, El Oro y Plata, all these groups. They had a different way of speaking, but I think the ones that were more aggressive, you know, to changing things was La Unión de Vargas. I think in the early 60s, right? So there's many ways of playing this. It's a lot better. Try not to cut the notes. Just also, the bowings are so there, sometimes we would add a slur. That's to give it that flavor. We would add it for flavor, you know. A lot of groups play. It just adds, it takes that choppiness out of it. One more time. See, from there. So, really dig in when you come down again, huh? So when you go up to the G, that is soloncito. Everybody does it, right? You hear the difference? Now play it without the slur. Así se oye como sin chiste, ¿verdad? Digo, se oye bien, no se oye mal, ¿verdad? But there's something about when you add the slur that when you go back to the gene, como que le da un gusto. You know, the bowings for the violin, and that's what we're always trying to look for. We don't just play notes just because, oh, those are the right notes. I don't care if they're the right notes, it's how you interpret those notes, right? Let's try that one more time. Right? So I'm going to change it up on you. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to go. So we take the slur off the second time. I'm singing the notes. Okay? Alright? Alright? Do that second part only. So you gotta change the segunda. See, we're changing it relámpago. Who cares, right? As long as it's not. En cada pueblo se tocaba diferente. If there wasn't a standard way of playing it, it's all based on feel and what's music. Órale, está sabroso. Our version in my town plays it better than that. Our version porque tenemos más gusto, más ícaro para tocar los sones. That's what it's based on. It's not based on, okay, here's your music. You play it, and then you have 100 groups playing at the same. No, everything has to come from here, you know? Huh? That when you do that stop, go from da da ba, don't go to the time. Huh? Just the second part, do the second part. Yeah, repongan el arco. So do the first time. It's 1 and 1. One more time. One more time. That's driving what you're doing, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Yeah, exactly. So that's how all the things come in my head because I never lose a melody and I know where the bass line's going and the money. So I'm way ahead of you guys, you know. The second one. So play the first time. 1, 2, 3. Got it? Do, la, re, because the bass line. Yeah, with A minor. Do, la, re. When you're doing the second time, okay? Try one more time with the violins. So we're just changing it up a little bit, right? So if I played it with them, boom. So all these little changes are possible in song instances. It all comes from the melody. This all comes from the melody. We build around the melody and how we're adjusting the bowings for the violins and everything. The trumpet, pues ya sabemos, una trompeta. You know, you guys have a lot of good trumpet players here in the valley, so I'm sure that it's very, very much possible for you guys to do this kind of stuff. Let's do it one more time. From the beginning. Make sure they're really open, the bracelets, okay? Do that part. The second one is this. So here now the little intricacies of the bowings and the notes and the grace notes and the slides, all that comes into play. Plus, I mean, it was just an idea that, you know, you could like it and say, I think it sounds better just the way we're, there's no problem, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. So let's take it from there, from the beginning, no? Por favor, ¿sí? Very aggressive. When you play those first two notes, como cañones, and the first one, I want it full. Let me hear it. 1, 2, 3, 1. I don't want to slap. I want 1, 2, 3, 1. More aggressive. Cárgale la mano. 1, 2, 3, 1. I want the attack Ram, tan. No estás igual. Ram, tan. Te la puedo dar. Ram, tan. 1, 2, 3, 1. Ram, tan. Ram. 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 No, that's too open. Ram. Ram. It's too open. Run. Here. Run. 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 You're taking too long to finish. Run. Finish with the thumb. Run. No. Yeah. It's weird, but es algo de estilo que. So here we go. So el otro es más como guapango, ¿no? Run, run. Ah. So, eso. It's like triple forte. When you do something like that, I'm in the middle of class. Bye. Es la esposa, si no me regaña, si no me no es cierto. Soy casado y me regaña la serie. ¿Sabes? So you notice right away. Aquí estamos, ahora. Make sure you get that going, huh? Run, tan, ta, 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 tan, tan, tan. It's a little bit more aggressive. Soy sabroso, no? How do you guys feel with the rhythm section, like tying in? It's just another feeling, right? It's another feeling with the rhythm. You know, that's the whole idea of playing soles and the bowings and stuff like that. Pero, ¿alguna otra ranchera de las románticas? Dígame.
I think we can do las Aztecas if you're ready.
Oh, I'd love to, yeah. Perfecto. A ver, un aplauso, por favor, para...